Once again, this is Divka live from Studio 2, CIUT 89.5 FM.
Йшли бабушки погляти під липу, за ними зайчик хороше грає на скрипку, за ними зайчик хороше грає на скрипку. Перша бабушка пиріжок несе під липу, за ними зайчик хороше грає на скрипку, за ними зайчик хороше грає на скрипку. Перша бабушка пиріжок несе, друга бабушка ковбасу несе під липу, за ними зайчик хороше грає на скрипку, за ними зайчик хороше грає на скрипку. Перша бабушка пиріжок несе, друга бабушка ковбасу несе, третя бабушка та й медок несе під липу, за ними зайчик хороше грає на скрипку, за ними зайчик хороше грає на скрипку. Ой, музика наш хороша грає, даємо Боже щастя, здоров'я в дому, даємо Боже щастя, здоров'я в дому. So that was our song, us being Divka. That was what we call Of Storms and Babas and Fiddle-Playing Rabbits. And this was a wintertide song. And as we said in the beginning, it's about three grandmas having a picnic with a fiddle-playing rabbit. And that's a real folk song from Ukraine.
It's a real carol,
Yeah.
actually, yeah. So it's very seasonally appropriate. And we're going to take a hop, skip, and a jump over to playing you another carol. This one is from Poland. And Alina, what are they talking about?
What are they talking about?
What are we talking about
What are
when
we
we sing
talking
this song
about?
as our Polish expert?
Hardly a Polish expert. But in Eastern Europe, there is a tradition of caroling, a really strong one, in the Slavic world. And it's not just about singing nice songs about Christmas and the birth of Jesus. It's actually also got an older meaning. In pagan times in this area of the world and in many parts of the world, wintertide songs were meant to bring in manifestations and well wishes. It was kind of almost like a spell casting ritual that was taken to different parts of the village. Usually every family would get a bunch of carols from the carolers that came to your house and a lot of them are addressed to one person in the house or even the animals. This one is kind of a neutral one. It's kind of meant for the host, for the family, and it kind of it's a little bit of like a self-insert into biblical themes, but it's basically just kind of wishing people, happiness. And, did you hear that good things have happened in this far-off place called Bethlehem? But they're kind of contextualizing it as though the story happened in cold, snowy, frosty Poland.
На вашем дворе древо стояло, на вашем дворе древо стояло. Ой, раю, раился, Христос народился на вашем дворе. На вашем дворе древо стояло, на вашем дворе древо стояло. Ой, раю, раился, Христос народился на вашем дворе. Ой, раю, раился, Христос народился на вашем дворе. Потім дровам часова кровать, а потім дровам часова кровать. Ой, раю, раился, Христос народился на вашем дворе. Ой, раю, раился, Христос народился на вашем дворе. На той кровати возая мати, на той кровати возая мати. Ой, раю, раился, Христос народился на вашем дворе. Ой, раю, раился, Христос народился на вашем дворе. Сына родила Ісуса Христа, Сына родила Ісуса Христа. Ой, раю, раился, Христос народился на вашем дворе. Ой, раю, раился, Христос народился на вашем дворе. Позая мати сина родила, позая мати сина родила. Ой, раю, раился, Христос народился на вашем дворе. Ой, раю, раился, Христос народился на вашем дворе.
That's so fun.
So that was Na Вашем Dvorye, We are Divka playing for you on CIUT. Are we doing another song? Yes, we are. And this next one, we're going to go from our Polish carol, and we're going to go to a more seasonal song that is absolutely real. It is about a crane getting on, like a big bird, getting on
Not
your
a
grandma's...
construction.
No.
A tool.
No, the real bird thing, getting into grandma's weed crop, and yes, her cannabis crop, and she's not so happy about it.
She's not pleased, and this is a real, very old folk song, which is a whole lot of fun. I like to think that Grandma in the song was using medicinal marijuana for her arthritis, and maybe she was also having a little bit of fun with it. She does seem pretty annoyed about the bird being in her weed crop, so I imagine it's an ongoing issue.
Would this be an okay time to I know we're going right into a song. I want to chat about the band a little bit also. Can we do a little bit of you guys time?
Oh, we can
Let's do
totally do some us guys time.
You guys, everyone, guys.
How many songs do you have left in the set?
We were going to play 2 more songs.
2 more. Perfect. Right down the middle. Right.
Yes. That's
Amazing.
Perfect.
Okay. I mean, I want people to remember the story, so we'll say it again before we go into it. But I would love to talk about your history as a band a little bit. So you've been around since 2024. Since then, we've got a single out. We toured Senegal, and now there's an album coming out. That's a very busy few years. Has that felt like that?
Yes. Yes. We are playing shows constantly and running around and rehearsing and sending each other voice notes or knocking on each other's bedroom doors.
Yeah.
Or usually just barging in, honestly.
Do you live in the same place?
We do.
Yeah,
Yes.
nice.
Yeah, we live together with a couple of cats and shenanigans in a beautiful rural forest setup.
But it's been a lot of driving, a lot of early morning. We have
rural
to go.
Forest.
Yeah.
How far out of the city are you?
Just an hour.
An hour when it's not icy and trafficky.
Fair enough. Was it icy and trafficy
It
today?
was, indeed.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
sorry
No,
for
it
bringing
was
you out
worth
here.
it.
in such
You're worth it, though.
conditions.
Worth it, babe.
Aw, stop, guys. Well, that's brilliant. That makes a lot of sense given your music that you would have the kind of rural, woodsy surrounding. We were talking earlier about how much me and our volunteer Lilo, who was helping us set up, really were digging your bio. And how there's a lot of like world building in there, and that was Zoe, right? You wrote this?
Yeah, well, we wrote it together because we do everything together. But I came up with a few things, like for example, Alina plays bandura, and bandura is not something that most people know about, and we're really spreading the gospel about the bandura throughout the world. But usually Alina describes it as a harp zither, and because of that, when I first met her, I had to look up what a zither was. And I was just thinking, like, when I see this, I think it's an esoteric harp. So I put that in the bio, that Alina plays an esoteric harp, and it's working out well for us.
People seem to get that a bit more than harp zither.
Yeah, and then
fair
conversely in the bio, like, I play the viola. And if you don't know what a viola is, which is most people, you think it's a violin. So I like to conveniently put in the bio also, it's not a violin, it's a viola.
Oh, totally. And I also really dug all the fairy tale, folklore, woodsy, nymph, just small words here and there that really creates a picture. You really know what I'm getting into with with the music just based on that. How intentional has it been in terms of the world you're building with the music, and like how do you conceptualize this world? How do you describe it?
Yeah, I mean, when we got started out, we kind of organically created this world together. We're both very visual people, and we like ascribe, colors to certain sounds of songs and whatnot, and we both just kind of like started painting this image together. But we started out with this basis of Zoe having played everything from like klezmer to Balkan to classical to dabbling in like Tibetan stuff, and then me basically being just like an Eastern European raised kid through like many traditions. It's like I was bringing in that data set, Zoe brought in their data set, and what we decided that we wanted to explore was women's narratives, and not just women's narratives, but also like fantasy and mythology, folklore. So what's kind of happened is like this space where you can either kind of go back in time and embrace the femmes of yore, or you can, get lost and maybe enchanted by like a mavka or a forest nymph, or, did you just see that in the water or did you not? So, yeah.
Totally. If you're just tuning in, I'm talking to Alina and Zoë from Divka. And I love the byline that you have, the East. No, that's not what that word means. But your subtitle appears often Eastern European folk songs about badass women in all their glory. Mm-hmm. It's great. So that's what we're chatting about right now. I would love to ask about Senegal. You toured Senegal. This is your first tour. This happened last year?
This happened at the end of 2024. And
right, it is 2026 now.
Which,
goodness.
I have to start remembering to sign that. I feel like I just adjusted to 2025, but here we are in 2026.
So why Senegal of all the places in the world?
Well, the cool thing about working in the music industry is you meet so many people from all over the world, and the especially fantastic thing about the Canadian music scene and the Toronto music scene is that there are so many people who are from everywhere in the world, and they all have a reason to come over here for music. So I was working for a festival that was collaborating with someone who runs a festival, Mané, who runs a festival in Senegal, and we were, just having a few drinks in the snowy winterscape, not so different from what we are experiencing today. And she was like, "Wow, I really like the kind of music you're starting to put together." I had shown her like the very early stages of Divka. And she was like, "Yeah, you guys should come play at my festival in Senegal." And I was like, "Oh boy, we have like 2 songs. We haven't played a single show yet." And she's like, "No, you guys should come. It'll be great." So then it was very like pedal to the metal. We got to figure everything out. So we booked our live birth for show at Drum. Shout out to Misha in the other room. and then we were kind of off to the races.
Yeah, it was like Zoe just kind of, messages me and goes, "Do you want to go to Senegal?" And I was like, "Oh, I was just going to ask you when we're jamming next, but okay." Like it was very, very initial stages that we were like, let's do this. But yeah, it was a really good way to kind of focus and, get our stuff together and
totally. Yeah, that'll get you into shape. How was it being there?
Oh my God, it was amazing because like, we started out showing up there and we're like, wait, like, why would anyone be interested in what we're doing? Like, why would these people care about Ukrainian women's folk music? And we were sort of like, having imposter syndrome. And this, like, the second we started playing, people were immediately just like, whoa, this is like something totally different than what we've heard. And like, people were singing along and coming up with their own harmonies, and they were harmonies that wouldn't be traditionally what is done in Ukrainian music or like traditional to a Western ear, but it was so beautiful how the listeners there in Senegal just like hopped right on board with it. And Alina, you have a really beautiful observation about a Ruselka song, which we're not going to play for you today, but it's this very like angry female rage song about protecting the planet and fighting for the planet. And we were like, no one here is going to want to hear this, because all the songs we were hearing from Senegalese people were super happy. And Alina, you were saying how it seemed like they had such a place for those feelings.
For sure.
Musically.
Yeah, like they after that song, and we were like, what are we doing? We're bringing in, problems from Ukraine or, mythology from Ukraine and like coming in here. But they kind of immediately understood that. Like at one of the places we were performing, it was for it was like an arts exhibit that was based around water conservation and fishing rights and fishing sovereignty. And we're playing this, and they kind of just seemed to kind of nod along, like as we're playing this really intense kind of vibe of a song. And we realized that like, oh, they get it because they're living this exact thing.
Right.
So there was some really beautiful moments of cohesion. Even as different as the music was there, it also was really it was really cool to combine our instrumentation with instrumentation played by local musicians.
We did a master class with some local students and I think professors. There was a big language barrier at some points, but it was just so incredible hearing how the melodies fit together. And in one of our songs, we realized that we had the same melody from Ukraine and also from Senegal.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
It was the craziest thing.
It was pretty mind-blowing.
Wow.
So, universal language of music.
I mean, it's sometimes it's very true.
Yeah.
So, okay. I mean, it's been a very big a couple years for Divka. What's coming up? I hear there's a Canadian tour in the works. There's an album that's dropping in April. Tell me about those things and quickly tell the folks where they can find you and keep up to date for all those upcoming details.
Yeah, so you can find us on Instagram, the Facebook, if anyone's still there, if you want to send us to your mom.
Okay, boomer.
We're on TikTok,
YouTube.
We have our own website, so you can find us at divkamusic.ca.
Divka.ca. But all of our social media is Divka Music, Divka. It's like diva, but with a K.
Yeah, and what's coming up? We have a large Canadian tour coming up this summer, so we're going to be doing something like 6 festivals.
Wow.
From
Bouncing
Canmore to Owen Sound, and that's going to be awesome.
That's so cool. Look
so
at
we're probably coming to a town near you. Let's be real. And then you can keep an eye out for our album release. It's going to be early April 2nd.
It's releasing April 2nd. We're going to be doing an album release party at, you guessed it, Drum Taberna. So that will be super sweet. We're going to play the whole album and some other material. And
have some guests.
There will be some guests and there's some themed food going to be happening. So
right, Nisha? Yeah? This is news to him now.
No. We had a long talk. It's going to be a whole immersive experience of joy and girlhood and cottagecore realness.
We're going to, manifest the fairy land, the vibe, the story that we are bringing through our music, but we're going to make it go live. So you can experience it for yourself.
Yeah. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for the record to drop. And until then, we still have you guys live. Mm-hmm. Right now. Let's get into... in case anyone is just tuned in, you feel free to say again the story of this song. It's so funny. The Grandmother Weed Crane song.
Yes. That's it. Grandmother
Weed Crane song.
That's all you need.
Yeah. So basically, Grandma is really bothered that there is a pesky big old bird, a crane, that keeps eating her marijuana crop. This is a real Ukrainian folk song.
Yes. I feel like she's shaking her scythe at the crane and going, "Stay out of my weed."
Konopel,
Hi, we are Divka. That was our song, Crane in the Weed. This was a real Ukrainian folk song that we have arranged. And we are here on CIUT today. And we got one more song for you guys. We're really grateful to have been invited on. It's been a blast chatting with you, Henry. We're going to be performing at Mama Zima, which is happening on Sunday the 11th. And
you can buy tickets in advance on Eventbrite if you search for Mama Zima.
MAMAZIMA. And we're going to be performing live with DJ Rata. And we've got, just one more song. We're going to switch things up and go to Bulgaria.
So I love this song because sometimes we think about these like old Eastern European folk songs as a little bit serious. You know, it's like a part of people's history and culture, so it can be put on this pedestal. But then when you listen to the lyrics, sometimes you realize that it's just sort of the same things that everyone is experiencing now. For example, this song has a little bit of subtext and innuendo, and I hope wherever you're listening, you'll be able to figure it out. I won't be too explicit, but basically, Grandma and Grandpa are plowing the fields all day, and oh boy, are they plowing the fields all night.
Acolo sliză o planină, cine bijac cioc smutat, ce le stanchele rachidos, ale câte los. Și coi beșe uculata, rada beșe uculata, cine bijac cioc smutat, ce le stanchele rachidos, ale câte los. Rada come go bira, tenam go barda, no come go bira, tantara, then go barda, tantara, no come go bira.